Oh,
Did you
Fouch.
set up the live stream or
Yeah, I
something?
had it all set up already. It's good to go. I just
Oh yeah,
started it.
Fouch.
It's going
Nice.
now. Live
Should we
stream's
do the
going.
intro first? Oh, I gotta get the audio.
Well, it's just black screen. I gotta hit the intro button. It's gonna do the little intro clip.
Oh yeah. Start your live.
Bum
Yeah, gotta
bum
get the timer going too,
bum
man. As we
bum bum bum. It's okay. This is the pre-show. Pre-show.
nice.
But yeah, man. Yeah, they were fucking nothing. I don't think there was anything even in them, but they've been big news lately.
True.
It's so funny. Classic, classic.
I don't know how to get my clock off.
Oh yeah. Oh, you know what was sketchy was the Facebook thing. Mark Zuckerberg was emailing Fauci, and it was redacted due to trade secrets. That
Oh, that's crazy.
was the crazy thing.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm just gonna record this and figure out the times later. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
sorry, am I fucking it up? Oh,
No,
jeez.
no,
Oh
it's fine. Oh, you
no.
gotta give me permission to host, anyways.
Oh, fuck you. I'm the host, bitch.
All right. We're gonna start now. Three, two, one.
This meeting is being recorded.
Welcome to the Rap Drugs
Ooh,
Pod.
the Rap Drugs Pod.
Uh, what about these goddamn Fauci emails, Pod, and Facebook?
The Fauci emails. You want to start off with that? I don't know. Nothing.
Yeah, let's just talk about it quick.
Let's just talk about. Well, yeah. There's nothing really. Uh,
I
Let
just
me
don't know
see
about
here.
them at all.
What from what I understand here, I haven't done extensive research on
Oh,
on
it'll still be a
on the
black screen
topic.
too.
Yeah, I know. I'm changing that right now.
Nice.
Uh,
Yeah, you haven't done extensive research, but
but
Jaffa.
yeah, what from what I understand is Zuckerberg was emailing Fauci and was like just I think talking about like uh what's it called, like conspiracies and stuff getting out and da da da. And then a big
Yeah.
piece of the email was redacted, and like a bunch of their emails there was pieces redacted, but this was like the only one that was redacted for trade secrets, I guess.
Weird.
Like, so Facebook was or Mark Zuckerberg was obviously started talking to him about like the specifics on how Facebook's algorithm would work, and
Yeah.
the assumption is that this was all because these emails were from a while ago, right? And then we've seen Facebook, like, they put those warnings on certain posts and stuff. Like, if you posted about the vaccine, there'd be a warning on it that said this could potentially have this disinformation in it. Do you remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's the assumption, is that he pretty much mulled that over with Fauci. It's funny, he calls it authoritarian information too. The government information is the authoritarian information. We should be pushing the authoritarian information and fighting back against conspiracies.
Trippy.
That's how Mark wrote it. He's a psycho. But then,
Yeah.
so these emails leaked. It was like a fucking batch of like 500 emails, I guess. BuzzFeed did a FOIA to get them.
Yeah.
BuzzFeed. I think there was one other site that also released them right off the
It's
bat.
crazy that
But
BuzzFeed is like one of the
yeah,
hardcore
I know.
investigative journalists nowadays.
I know. But not really though. Like, this is what they do. They just
Oh, they
they
have
just
some of the
dropped
like.
a giant pile of emails that they knew every other news source would have to go to look at.
The
And then
whisperers.
yeah, they just are like, and they were like, it doesn't they didn't, I think, even provide any analysis of the emails. They just dropped them all. And then they just
Financial files too a bit ago when it was a thing, but yeah.
they're just about sensational. They're like they're
Yeah, they're
probably,
clickbait.
yeah, that's what news is really about, and they lean into it the most, I think. They're all about the biggest, the buzz, man. They're the buzz feed. They created the buzz. But yeah,
They're good at it though.
they fucking just drop these emails, and so every right wing source has been just running like fucking, oh, or just anyone who hated Fauci, I guess. It's just like, these are damning emails. So now there's Republicans calling for him to be fucking fired and shit. And then I guess Joe Biden went to the intelligence agency and was like, I want you guys to figure out what what's good, if there's any credibility behind these Wuhan leaks or not.
What's going on here?
And then he said he gave him 90 days, I guess, to get back to him. And then also went out publicly and was like, I still support Fauci and think he did. So yeah, I don't think there was anything. It was pretty much like he talked the exact same in his emails as he did in public. He's a sketchy guy, anyways. I don't understand what the fucking big deal is. If you think he's sketchier now, you're just being a jackass. Like, but yeah, it's been pretty funny. Been pretty funny. Joe, did you? Oh, there's one more thing. Joe Rogan talked about it a bit. He started going on because like most people are freaking out about the Facebook thing, or like are just saying these are damning emails and not saying anything specific. But Joe was talking. I was watching him talk to Tom Papa, and he was like about the masks, because he legit hates masks. Like, I don't know what his deal is, man. He's just like,
Anti-masker, bro.
yeah, he's like hardcore. He like tries not to be, but this was like one of those moments where he was like, I got evidence of anti-masking stuff, and pretty much like back when Fauci was telling people not to wear masks.
Was Tom Papa for mask or not?
Tom Papa was gonna bring up the Facebook thing, and then he was like, oh, Joe started talking to him like about something he didn't know, and he was like, oh, okay, I'll listen, you know.
Fauci and the mask.
So Fauci, I guess, just said like the same things in his emails as he was saying publicly, like don't wear masks back in the day. And his reason for that since has been like he didn't want there to be like a buying frenzy, and then yeah, which like I don't know, I don't see it any different. It's like, yeah, he was still thinking with that mentality when he was emailing people about it, but Joe's acting as though these are private emails. He held this belief privately that masks don't work, and he thinks like that this is proof Fauci genuinely doesn't believe in masks, and that he only says he believes in them now because of political reasons.
Like, I know Fauci doesn't want to get in trouble, but maybe he doesn't want to get in trouble so much that he would say that to everyone, like you're saying.
Yeah,
He seems like a guy.
yeah, no, that's what I think. I was like
more than he's like deceptive.
I don't remember who he was emailing.
For himself.
Yeah, 100%. Fauci, like, that's how he got to his position. He's the number one fucking doctor in American government. He's the leading fucking dude. And a lot of people have talked about how he like is a sketchy guy, and he's done these like very selfish things to get him into the position he's gotten himself in. Like that, he's a politician.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
whatever it takes kind of guy.
And
definitely knows knows when he's getting himself into trouble, but he's like, as long as I'm all in, I have like a way to say like, oh, it's this guy's fault.
It's just so dumb too, because like, who was he emailing? Like, Joe didn't like go into the guy. It wasn't like he was emailing like some certain guy or anything, or yeah, it's like he was emailing another fucking congressperson and was like, yeah, I want you to say this shit. Like, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what this guy's up to? Me personally,
maybe he was texting his wife like, grab all the masks.
Yeah. Me personally, I think he's all about this gain of function shit, and he doesn't care really about. I think he cares about him not getting in trouble and keeping his job, and then second is gain of function, and I think he's like probably banking on that becoming a big thing. Oh, sorry, I should. That was that's the name of the research you do for fucking studying viruses, like when they take viruses and they change them. You know that I was talking about that before. I couldn't remember the name. Yeah. Well, so yeah, apparently that was what I was talking about last time with Rand Paul was coming after him. I couldn't remember the name of it. It's called gain of function. So he's a big proponent. He's been trying to use the pandemic to actually push. Sauger talked about this. He's been trying to use the pandemic to push more gain of function research. Like, this could have been possibly caused by gain of function, and he's going, we need to prevent this again in the future by doing more gain of function. He's just like a lunatic. I think he genuinely thinks that's gonna work though, and he's gonna become like fucking rich off of it. But that's my personal conspiracy on Fauci and what my thoughts on his motivations are. But that's neither here nor there. The emails are not a big deal. I don't think it's nothing we didn't already know.
course not.
Yeah.
There was a sick. Speaking of Joe Rogan before that though,
Yeah.
there was a sick Joe Rogan episode. Yeah, Friday.
What was
Rick
it? Who?
Maps was on.
Who?
The,
Oh,
you
no
never
way.
seen
Oh, I gotta check that out. What?
it's it's like a really good episode for Rick Doblin and hearing all about like his life and research and shit. So I won't get too hard into it, but I will talk about one of the things they did. But uh, this is also a spoiler alert.
Yeah.
So like they didn't get stoned, so that's why like it was such a good interview. Like Joe Rogan wasn't bringing up any COVID shit or like his own conspiracies
Yeah.
or
He
like
wasn't high and shit.
cutting him off or talking about like DMT. He was just letting Rick Doblin go in on like his life story and how he got to where he was and how like what we've been talking about not much like kind of deeper on a deeper level like we didn't bring in the news but like he was talking about how like integration is the most important part of the therapy to
What
get
kind of
sober,
integration?
like
Like,
doing the therapy but like
oh,
integration
okay.
means like reflecting on your experience and like what did I take from that.
Okay.
So it's like
Like
taking,
having an actual therapist as part of your experience?
yeah,
Yeah.
for the most part. You
Okay.
don't, well, or just doing the therapy yourself.
Yeah.
Like if you wrote down a list of 10 things that you should change
Oh,
and then
okay.
did them, that would be like probably just as good as going to therapy. Not quite, but
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
a lot
there
of
are
therapy is
methods you
changing
can
your life.
there are methods you can apply without a professional that are also integration.
Yeah, but he was talking about the different histories and the studies he was a part of and
Okay.
more of his life and like what the culture was back in the day before like they shut it down and now bringing it back up and all the great benefits of MDMA and therapy because that's what he's so big on.
Yeah.
So
MDMA?
there was yeah,
He's a
yeah,
party guy, eh?
he's the MDMA guy for sure.
Yeah.
Well, he was saying like uh, that the psychedelic research was winding down and MDMA picked up before it became
Yeah.
illegal and ecstasy and shit.
Yeah, he just was less of a hippie and more of a partier.
So that was just the timing of things. But uh, yeah, he also like said he went to some school that was super hippie-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what was it? Oh, the octopus thing. He was. They were saying how like octopuses are like a split from humans. Like basically like somehow we're connected. Like
Yeah.
if
Okay.
you go back on
Yeah.
the
Well, that's
evolutionary.
just everything. How far though?
Well, like I don't know
Did
how
he...
far, but it's like octopuses kept going this way and like
Yeah.
primates just came
Okay.
off this way.
Yeah.
So I think it's like that. But or supposedly. But he was saying how they are what the main difference is like they are not social creatures. But when you gave them MDMA and they had a choice between some inanimate object and hanging out with another uh, octopus, they would go over to the octopus and be almost like a person was on MDMA, like touchy feely and around.
Yeah.
Whereas like normally they aren't like that. They don't like to be social. Which is
Okay.
also why the Octopus Teacher movie is weird. I don't know if you've seen that on Netflix.
I saw it. I didn't watch it. It looked like super like dumb.
Yeah.
I started watching it and I was like, I forget exactly what I can't think of the word I was thinking when I turned it on, but I instantly was like, this is not good. And I turned it off. I was like, I was like, I don't know. I think it was the way it was filmed and the way the guy was talking. I was like, this is fucking. I'm not watching this.
Yeah.
I don't know. Was it good though? Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they did skip out on some key things like that, like, or maybe they did say it and I was just mesmerized by the film. But also, a lot of people thought like this guy was like in love with the octopus.
Oh yeah, didn't he try to have sex with it or something?
No, not that
Oh,
sick.
I thought that was the whole movie that he was like secretly. No, I think that's what bothered me. He kept talking like this. He was like gonna have sex with this octopus. Like he was like, it was such a beautiful creature the way it moved and yeah, I remember he was like really weird about this octopus, and it was like watching like a like a guy make a documentary on like little beauties or something, and you're like, wait, is this guy a fucking pedophile? Like, what the, you know, yeah, yeah, you know, like they'd all put on robes and like get in a swimming pool, and like there'd be 8 of them, and they'd grab onto the octopus and like fucking each get a tentacle, you know. This is getting weird. That's what I was. That's why I turned it off though. I was like, this is a fucked up movie. I don't know. But I guess that says more about me than the movie, though, eh? What made that? What were you saying though? You brought this up because you were saying this movie's weird due to the MDMA.
Like Rick Doblin was just saying, like octopuses don't like hanging out with each other, but when you gave them MDMA, they did.
So was that what this guy did in the Octopus Teacher?
I don't know. Maybe that would be kind of cool. I
You.
think we should have the police investigate though.
Yeah,
Just
for
to
sure.
ensure.
Oh man.
I swear there was like I don't know if it was some kids messing around or what, but when the other day when I was walking to the lake, there was like a dime bag with like a little crack rock or something in it.
Nice. Well, did you try it?
The dog's poop. I don't know. I didn't because I'm like I don't know what the fuck this is.
Why did you get it tested? You take
Is
it.
it fake or is it real?
Well, can't you
Oh,
take it down to the
I
clinic?
drug test.
Yeah, can't you take it to the clinic and be like, I want you to test my drugs, and then if they're good drugs, you keep them.
You have
Fuck,
to
you
just
know?
get it of your own.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like you're worried they're narcs.
Oh, you're just a bitch. This is
Go to
Canada.
the injection.
This is Canada, man. It's not America, where they're like, oh yeah, we'll test your drugs for you. You show up and they arrest you. Like,
Go to the injection site. You can test them there.
oh yeah, man. It's just a sting operation. Cops for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, man.
Trouble.
You shouldn't actually think like that. I know a girl who works in that type of industry. That's like the biggest issue is that like everyone always takes their narcs, and it's like hard to find these drug addicts and help them because they're
Is
always
that like what type of clinics even do this?
uh
Like anyone?
I don't know. They're government
One of
run.
my family
They're
doctors?
they're government run clinics. I think you have to have drug problems and stuff to get us referred to them and shit. You know, it's safe injection sites. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't fucking shoot up. I know someone who does something in the I don't know. I'm not very good at listening to other people when they talk. I can't. It's been a while since I talked to her about it. There's some she. I just remember she used to say she would drive around in a van and they would like go and look for like these people that would. I think they had like these like group meetings. They would do like it was probably like an AA type thing, and then sometimes people would stop showing up. So then they would just like kind of drive around in like known areas where they would hang out and like they'd find them out on the street and try and talk them into coming back and shit. Yeah, so there are groups out there, man, that do stuff like that. They're mostly underfunded and stuff. Like I heard when Rob Ford got in, he just kind of ruined it. Like there was a good thing going, and then Rob Ford came in and just was like, we're not gonna give you enough money for even half of these. You can have they were like gonna put like enough for all of Ontario, and then he's like, you could have one in Toronto. I was like, or something like that. I don't remember. Anyways, get your drugs tested. Jason, don't be throwing out drugs. It's good. They were good drugs, probably. That was probably some good crack rocks, you know.
Someone else did or lost them, and my dog was just pooping beside it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
So you left him there? You just left him there?
I'm like, I don't know. This might be a kid trying to play a prank on me.
What do you think? There's like a hidden camera, and like you go to pick up the crack rock, and then like someone runs out, and they're like, "Oh, you're a drug addict." Yeah. Yeah. The Nelk boys come and beat you. You pick it up, and like a big crowd of like 8 fucking black guys come over to you, and they're like, "Bro, yo, man, did you take my drugs?" I used to watch this guy. Yeah. I used to watch this guy's videos. This guy's videos, and he would do stuff where he would go and he would like try and start like a fight with somebody, and then if they like started fighting like beefing back, he'd be like, I'm gonna get my boys, and he'd like leave, and then like 8 black dudes would show up, and they'd all be like, what's up, man, you messing with my boy? They're good videos. Be so funny because they go because the first guy would be like this tiny little like nerdy guy, right? So like everyone would want to fuck with him, and then like all of a sudden they'd be scared of like all this big crowd of dudes. It was good.
Sounds like a sick YouTube series.
Uh,
Maybe
anyways,
not as good as Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast. I know no one's as good as Mr. Beast, man. He's gonna be bigger than PewDiePie one day. Okay,
One day.
one day. PewDiePie's unreal, man. I don't even understand how one single person can get like that much farther than the rest of YouTube. Have you ever looked at his like some of the top channels are like 3 million, 4 million, 5 million subscribers. Dude's got like 9 million.
Nice.
He might even no, I better look this up. It's insane. He's got an insane number,
He's
man.
gotta have like way
Like
more. Mr. Beast is like 30 million.
is it? Yeah, see I'm wrong. He might have a billion. I don't even know. We got to look up cuz
Yeah, let me
I
look it
I
up right now quick.
I just remember looking up subscriber amounts, and his was like the only one that was higher than like Vivo Music and stuff. You know?
110 million. Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane.
Nice. Nice.
That guy's
That's dope.
that guy's crazy.
I already saw it. Yeah. Let me see. I can't believe. I wonder if it's just like it's the quality of the content, obviously.
Well, he's just
But he's
old
also
too.
on a lot of platforms and older. Yeah.
He just started back in the day, and he was like the only guy that kept changing. Like he started when YouTube was just like people were making Minecraft videos and stuff, and like there was no money. And then
Yeah.
he kept changing. He went from like let's plays to like funnier videos, and then he went to the podcast format, and like then the like he just kept changing with the most popular format on YouTube, and he's been able to hit that angle every single time. Like
I
it's
wonder what he's doing now.
well now he just kind of fucks around and makes his own videos. He's kind of hit this plateau where like he can't get any more like no matter what he does, he
Oh
can't
yeah,
get more
yeah.
subscribers. And then this other channel came out. There was like this was like 3 or 4 years ago. This other channel came out. They might have overpassed them by now. They were called like RT videos or something. RT. It would have been this channel you'd never heard of, and it was an Indian channel, like from India. You know, it was all Indian videos and stuff, and it was just like edited clips, I think, of like Bollywood movies or something like that. And but it was just like their subscriber count. They came out of nowhere, and their subscriber count just shot up, and they just started passing PewDiePie, and everyone was like, "What the fuck's even going on?" And he started this whole online thing where he was able to get a few more subscriber bumps by like starting a fake beef with them. But
Nice.
the thing is like
Indian you got Indian YouTube is like there's more users than all of the US.
well, see that's the problem.
English speakers. Really.
Yeah, and the
They
thing
can also
was
speak English.
I
A
I
lot of those.
I the thing is though is I watched this whole video breaking down on why this was happening, and it was kind of more of like a geopolitical thing.
Nice.
Like what was going on is Facebook.
Chinese people subscribing.
Yeah, well, no, they're Indians and Chinese. What was happening was all the big tech companies, they already taken over the whole market. Like they've already, we hit Europe, we hit the United States, we hit all these places. All that
That's
was
why
left,
China censored it and come out with their own internet.
yeah. And then all that was
But
left,
yeah.
so like Google was trying to cut deals with China to allow them to kind of steal some of that market. But then all that was left was like people who didn't own computers. So what started happening
True.
is they were like, okay, we'll give you guys, we'll set up all the infrastructure, and we'll give everyone free computers as long as everyone uses Facebook. Like each company had their own deal, and they were trying to like just monopolize markets by giving everyone free internet or like really cheap access to it, because they saw that eventually they could just start upping the price slowly, like they do with everything, until it hits a market price.
New users in charge of price.
Yeah, exactly.
All type of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So like they were like this way markets that are like 40, 50 years away from coming in are coming in now next year, and like now we'll be able to just have customers in 10 years. And they were also like just competing, so like they wanted everyone to use like all the Facebook products or just like all the Google products. Like they didn't want to share it all. Anyways,
Yeah.
what ended up happening was like there was just a giant spike in like Indian YouTube users and like Eastern YouTube users and people who didn't speak English, and that's why these kind of channels started popping up.
That's why pro tip is put your YouTube channel out in Punjabi.
In Punjabi, yeah.
Yeah.
Hindi. Punjabi is Pakistan, I think. I don't know.
LSD Dreams. Thanks for the shout out.
He the boy.
Yeah, Mr. Peak for sure peak. Yeah, so I don't know. So, he's saying my mic's low, Todd.
Is he?
I don't know if there's a way to fix that in the stream system.
Turn it
Or
up.
not. But who
Shit.
knows?
You think there would be?
I have no clue. It's over my head.
We need a better Jamie. I suck at it.
I think you just would have to turn yours down a little, and then it would be even, and then people could turn up the volume.
Oh
But
yeah.
I don't know. Then it might just be too quiet for both of us. Maybe
All
I'm
right.
just too far from my mic, also.
Well, I can hear you pretty good. We'll have to play with this a bit another time. Hopefully, it's not too bad.
Yeah, we'll figure it out eventually. Who cares? That's what YouTube's all about, right? We'll
Oh
never
yeah,
get the
man.
Mr. Beast PewDiePie numbers unless we.
Yo, should we play this UFO clip?
But yeah.
Yo, I'm excited of this.
Videos. Here, let me play this. Get it going.
Do you want to just watch the unedited one? It's
What? This is the one you sent me.
yeah, I know. There's a better one. Fuck these news guys though.
Why they cut this up a lot?
Well, I don't know. You just can't hear the people.
Oh, true.
And also, I hate Jeremy Corbell. He's a fucking loser. Makes me suspicious. He's releasing this.
True. Nice. That does take a while to get into it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I fucking hate listening to this dude. Did you watch that interview he did with Joe Rogan? I just wanted to punch him. The other guy sounded way more informed.
Yeah, the like Snake Ranch one.
Yeah.
Skinwalker Ranch. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I thought it was due June 1st.
Maybe they. That's from 3 weeks ago.
Nice. Crazy. Crazy. They keep dropping these UFO Easter eggs on us.
Yeah, this is the fourth one now confirmed by the Pentagon here. Stream is sending me a bunch of UFO photos.
Nice. Nice. Did you hear Joe Rogan fighting with Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Were they fighting?
Not quite, but he was like saying like, oh, it's not likely UFOs would care about humans, or aliens would want to come visit humans. We'd be boring to them. Like
Oh, I
if us
know.
knows UFOs are real or
He's been
something,
saying
we
that
could
for a
tell them.
while. Yeah, I know.
And
He's
then
such a
Joe's like, "You're a
jackass.
fucking idiot.
Yeah.
We could kill each other instantly."
Yeah, I know.
Like
And
that's more interesting.
he also brings up all the time that we go and study fucking ants in like the middle of the forest. Like why wouldn't they study us? Especially if you don't know what's out there. Like what if we're the only what if there's two of us? They're on the other side of the fucking galaxy or just
Well,
it's like
my thing is, I have a tough time believing anyone can travel at that speed.
oh, whatever, Jason. What the fuck do you even know?
Nothing.
At what speed?
But I'm saying, like,
Speed of what?
there could be a different
From
type.
compared to what? Like what
Like,
you don't even know what you're talking
I
about.
don't know. I trust interdimensional travel more. But that doesn't mean it's
Yeah,
not realistic. It could
inter-
be interdimensional
like
beings.
our current scientific understanding makes interdimensional travel a little bit more likely
Yeah.
than
Like
because
that would.
only because we don't know how to travel faster than the speed of light. But
But what if you could do
what if you can?
interdimensional travel and then come back somewhere else in the universe?
I mean, like that's wormhole theory, I guess, or something like that. But like, why are you acting like you fucking know or something, or like these are theoretical fucking ideas, Jay. They're so theoretical, and you're applying it to like a blip on a radar. It's like,
Possible, yeah, it's
what?
possible aliens do exist, but I think they travel interdimensionally,
Yeah,
or it's interdimensional beings, or it's
probably,
just a military test craft.
probably. That's the best guess, but I don't know. I think we need to calm down here. I don't like Jeremy Corbell. That guy's fucking
Like,
douchebag.
yeah, true, he is a dude. I'm just saying, I don't think
I'm
Futurama's realistic, but I think interdimensional travel's more realistic.
yeah,
Again,
probably, man.
with our grasp of science,
Yeah.
there could be some other type of
Well,
being that
like
lives
there's also
hundreds
just
of thousands of years.
other theoretical ideas that like aren't as popular or aren't as like there are like
They're just
there's
not as well trained.
like okay, here's a little thing that I know a little bit about. There's this thing you can do with particles where you can like split them apart. I don't know. You can entangle them. There's something called quantum entanglement. That's what it's called. You can entangle two particles together and you can split them apart and no matter how far apart they are, they will still be connected on some sort of level. Like if you do like certain measurements to one, you'll find the opposite measurements on the other. And this is all part of this like quantum entanglement. And the thing is like when you study this, what scientists have said is like there has to be some sort of way for information to be traveling faster than the speed of light between these two particles. So like there are other things out there, and then like there's the whole dark matter and dark energy thing. Like we literally don't know what dark energy is. It's like it's just like something that is accelerating the speed of the expansion of the universe. Like mathematically speaking, it should be slowing down, but the universe is expanding even faster. And then there's like dark matter, which is makes up the majority of the matter in the entire universe. Like we don't understand what any of these fucking things are. So to sit here and be like, wow, traveling faster than the speed of light's hard. It's like, yeah, but fuck, we haven't tried. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? We haven't even figured out how to travel half the speed of light. We're not even fucking, we're moving like sound barriers. That's about it. Like,
Yeah,
you know? But,
yeah, definitely something we don't know, or a
I,
way of like
I do think
it
though,
existing that we can't even put together.
I do think Mike brings up some good points though. Cause he's like,
Any,
did anyone check these sensors? Like,
yeah,
come on, we are basing this all on information on these sensors. They're just government equipment that's picked up like an object moving at speeds. Like for all we know, it's just like lightning or
maybe it's like
something. It's
fake.
like
Maybe it's just fake. Like the government's just trolling their fucking own people. Like
could
sending
be,
it's a
could be,
psyop.
yeah. CIA is fucking with the Navy.
Yeah,
Well, you know what gets me?
just the Air Force is fucking with the Navy. You know, like just playing jokes on each
It,
other. They don't even realize it.
here's one thing that's bothering
But
me.
yeah, there's just say about space travel. There is literally no way for us to know because every theory we have is like you will die. Like,
Yeah,
saying.
Yeah. Did he text that to you?
No, he said that about interdimensional travel.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
How would you exist in another dimension?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Like maybe you change your life form.
yeah. So that's
I just don't understand the connection.
yeah, man. It's all very theoretical. It's all just fun and games and guessing. But fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, you know what's bothering me about these things? I didn't realize like people have been saying like these are Pentagon confirmed videos. They weren't actually released by the Pentagon. If you actually look at these people releasing them too, it's fucking sketchy. Like the first one came out by Tom DeLonge and his To the Stars Academy, and then
Yeah, yeah.
the recent one is Jeremy Corbell. There was two that were released by the New York Times, but I get that's the most credible you got. And then also they come from these Navy pilots. And like we know that the older ones, we know it's the Commander Fravor and that other pilot that did that they did the 50 minute or the 30 minutes interview or whatever. What's it called? 50 minutes? 60 minutes? I don't know.
60 minutes. Like 44 minutes.
But yeah, they did that interview. Like no one's getting in trouble. If you look at this last video, that one that Jeremy Corbell released, it's quite clearly it's a someone with a phone. They're recording the Navy equipment like with their phone. If you look at the video, you can see the screen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And
Sure.
and then he says that he got this from they're from unidentified sources. Like he said he's not going to release who gave it to him, but it's quite clearly someone off the USS Omaha. Like it's obviously a fucking Navy person, and so these Navy people are releasing these videos. Then after they're released, the Pentagon talks about it and is like, okay, we're okay with these being released. We'll unclassify these. And it's like, yeah, but those people aren't gonna get in trouble. Like no one's getting in shit for this. What the fuck are you guys? And you guys are they're somehow going to the sketchiest fucking people, like To the Stars and Jeremy Corbell. Like fuck these guys, man. I'm getting real suspicious. And then all of a sudden, too, I don't know if you've seen, but the last week or so, the Pentagon's been running stories that have been saying like, there's no evidence of that these are connected to aliens. Like, obviously, why are you saying that? What the fuck are you talking about? There's no evidence this is connected to anything. The most likely thing, if you want to be the most grounded and realistic about this, is that it's the Chinese or the Russians and they're fucking with you, right? Like if that's they have drones, they got really cool drones and they're fucking with us. But
Yeah. Or it's like a holographic image.
yeah, it's not even actually there.
Shit behind it. Show up on the radar.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's just it's an illusion.
It's just like a radar illusion. It's just like a ball of heat. They're able to project with a laser a ball of heat, and then so it's just like a giant like laser pointer. They're just like, oh holy fuck, it moves at incredible speeds. Yeah, it's just a Chinese guy over on the mainland.
That was probably who did it to the Into the Stars video, you know?
Yeah,
Like
like
some device on their like they have like a big circle
yeah.
on top of an airplane. So fly in this formation
but 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 then for them to come out and be like, oh yeah, there's no evidence for alien. Well, yeah, you haven't fucking shown us any evidence. You haven't shown us anything. You unclassified stuff we stole from you. What are you? The fuck are you guys talking about? So this whole thing just kind of it's just seems so weird to me. I don't know. I'm see. I followed To the Stars Academy when they first launched after Tom DeLonge did that interview on Joe Rogan back in 2015. I don't know if you.
didn't he seem so weird in
He
that?
did.
Like, hey,
He seemed fucked, man. And I don't know if you know much about To the Stars, but that is the most sketchiest organization. Here's who it was founded by, okay?
it's like a cult. It's like Scientology.
Oh yeah. And it was founded by a top Boeing executive, a fucking ex FBI guy, ex CIA guy, and I think the ex CIA guy is Elise whoever. He's done a bunch of these interviews talking about these things, and he's the one who's exposed the UAP program that he said officially got shut down, but probably didn't actually get shut down, that he used to run. He's one of the founders of this To the Stars Academy. And then all they did was, so the one legitimate thing apparently they've done is release that video. They released that video in 2017. But other than that, all they've done is like they had this big conference where they had a bunch of drawings of what looked like spacecrafts, and they were like, "We're gonna release fucking spacecraft stuff." They were like, "Buy stocks in our company." Also, we sell books. These books are fiction, but they're close to nonfiction. They're so close. It's like, what the fuck? Like, Tom apparently wrote these books, and then the CIA came to him and was like, "These are so close to reality. We're gonna tell you the truth." And then that's how this all started. Like, so
I remember
I
that last part about it.
I wanna go back and I'm gonna go through all this stuff and I wanna see this timeline. I'm gonna start looking into these because I haven't heard from Tom since that shit. You know?
And I will just listen to some Blink 182.
Yeah.
But it
Okay.
is suspicious he named his next band Angels and Airwaves. Like,
Did he?
yeah.
Yeah, well, because his theories, like when you listen to Tom DeLong talk, like he thinks that the whole uh everything going on in the Middle East, like with terrorism and these like religious wars, if you from what I gathered listening to him, he was really vague because he didn't want to give away unclassified whatever. But he made it sound like there's like competing aliens that are actually these religions, and they're having like cold wars on Earth. Yeah, they're having proxy wars through these so there's like a Muslim alien and like a Christian alien and a Hindu alien, and those are all, they're having a proxy war like the Russians and the Chinese and Americans would, right? And we're but yeah.
I only hope aliens are religious. It'd be so lame if they were all atheists.
Yeah.
That might be why they're super
I
stupid at the same time. Like,
I 100% think there's gonna be religious aliens, man. Dude, the Catholic Church already has like plans to like be like, yeah, man, we gotta expand. If God created the universe, He created the aliens too. Then, like, the stories are just gonna change, man.
oh yeah, it'll be sick.
It's gonna be. I feel like I love how I'm excited for how theology is gonna change. It's gonna get wild, you know.
It'll be. Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, great comment. Great comment.
What's that?
Not wrong. Certain the chosen ones came from Mars.
The chosen ones came from Mars. Fair point. Fair point.
The ones that are genociding the Palestinians.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that, I don't know if
They
it's
must
real.
work with Elon Musk. They're trying to get back.
Yeah, yeah, of course. I was watching Tim show. He had Avi Martin on, and it kind of like really opened my eyes about the whole conflict. How like Gaza is basically like locked down.
Yeah, man. Oh, Jimmy Dore, I
So it's
think,
like
has the
really
best.
bad.
Jimmy Dore is the best phrase for it. He's like, it's the biggest open air prison in the world. It's just a giant prison. Because Egypt treats them the same on the other side. They want to be friends with Israel and shit. It's just a fucking. And then Israel, like, blocks their only. They have a small access to water, but Israel controls their navy area. Yeah, man. Gaza's fucked. Yeah, it's just a giant prison. I don't know. You can get out though. I was reading this article. This lady, she gets like she was like going for routine cancer treatments. She's a Palestinian. She has to get those treatments in Israel. And apparently it takes her like 3 ambulance trips and like 10, 12 hours to get 30 miles. Cuz she's got to cross the Israeli border. No, she has
Like an electric scooter.
no, she had to take these ambulances. Like, and like there had to be like these checks between
Yeah,
each.
because
There's,
like
it's just, yeah, it's just like all these extremes. So she probably had to take like a Israeli escort ambulance to the border, and then she had to take like an Israeli border crossing ambulance across, and then one from the border to the hospital.
It'd be cool if they just like picked her up with a drone.
Yeah, she just grabs on like the feet.
Yeah. No, it's got like one of those like stupid arms. Like,
Yeah, like a claw machine. Oh, I didn't get him. I only got his arm. He's dangling. Put him down and grab him again.
yeah, there's like maybe 4 drones and she straps in like 2 wrists to their legs and they just carry it along. whether she's looking up or looking down. Like, if you're scared of heights, you don't want to be looking down.
Yeah.
But if you're looking up, you might see aliens.
You might see aliens. Oh yeah, man.
But yeah, have you seen Diplo's new Crocs?
No, I haven't. Other than the picture you showed me.
Yeah, I haven't either. I gotta look them up right now. But
I think I heard people talking about it on the radio. Crocs are coming back or something.
yeah. Well, I guess they're coming back because they're doing other crossovers, but this is the first one I've heard about or care about. Crocs has a limited edition release going on sale on Tuesday, June 8th, with Diplo. Diplo made some sick trippy twist on the classic clog. It's got a bunch like swirly tie-dye looking pink, blue, yellow, topping it off with three-dimensional mushroom charms that light up, which you can pop on the top of the shoe. So you can take them off or leave them on. I'd leave them on, of course.
Oh yeah.
$70 for those ones. I think that's Canadian. This is CBD. And then the second design, the Crocs 2-strap slip-on sandal. That's $50, and it is the same design, but it's got 8 attachable glow-in-the-dark charms. Oh, but you gotta be like ready to buy because in April, this is why they came back hard. A limited edition of $50 light up, bright red Lightning McQueen adult clogs, modeled after the Disney Pixar character of Cars, sold out in under an hour after it was released for online purchase. So yeah, I'm gonna have to look these up right now. Although I'm scared now that if I look them up, like all those shoe guys who use the yeah, I got some sick Croc flops still, but I had the classic black Crocs with a nice TML charm.
Yeah.
Wayne knows what's good with Crocs.
Who's Wade?
Wayne 36 in the live chat.
Oh, I can't see the live chat. Oh no.
Oh yeah, here's a good photo. Let's hope it. Oh yeah, look at that shit.
What is it?
Diplo's Crocs, the sandal version.
Nice.
There's a flip flop. I think that what Jesus would wear probably, like glows in the dark for when you're at a rave. Or there's these other raver ones with the light up mushrooms.
Jason, you're not very good at this. We gotta get a better picture system. This is fucked.
Oh, Crocs also trades on the Nasdaq. I might have to pick up some Croc stocks before.
Croc stocks before they jump up.
Yeah, exactly. They probably already jumped up from the Lightning McQueen.
Fuck, good. I only buy at the height of a stock. You never.
Come out with some
Yeah.
Mike Tyson Crocs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You want to buy at the peak value.
Yeah, you only buy at peaks, man.
Yeah.
Why would you buy when it's low? Then it's not worth anything. I only buy something that's worth something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You don't sell it ever anyways. You hold it forever, just like Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Man, that's what kind of weird.
I know. I only bought Bitcoin a few months ago. Yeah.
From Elon Musk.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what weirds me out about people about all these coins. Like it's basically like a short squeeze, just like GameStop, where they're like, "Oh yeah, buy Bitcoin and hold it." So then there's like less Bitcoin in the marketplace.
Yeah.
That runs the price up.
Yeah. Is that who says hold it though? Aren't true believers in it though? Spend it?
I don't think so. No.
Isn't that the whole point? Is that it's the new currency? So I feel like the people who actually believe in Bitcoin convert their money to Bitcoin and buy everything they can with it, and then if they can't, they'll convert it back.
That's expensive fees. No, you don't convert it back, Todd. You leave it in Bitcoin because other currencies aren't real.
But you
get your paycheck and you buy Bitcoin, yes, and then you just use Bitcoin or.
Oh yeah, I guess people
you can't buy with Bitcoin, you just would either not buy it or you'd have cash for that.
I guess they actually. I'm sorry. Wasn't the idea more to replace? It was to replace the gold standard. Like this is gonna be the new gold stock. So yeah, you do just buy it. But then isn't there new coins? There's new coins coming out all the time. Yeah. There's still gold stocks that you can't wear.
Those are derivatives of Bitcoin, so it's like a more viable coin for use or whatever.
What
Or
do you
like
mean?
on this like let's
But
say
no, they
I
make new
want to keep
bitcoins all the time though. Like there's new
yeah
coins being created.
by mining. And
Yeah.
there's a limited amount once they're done mining. Like unlike gold,
How does
where
that
it's like
work?
we could mine the earth until the earth's gone.
Yeah.
There's like something like I think it's like 300 billion bitcoins or like 300 trillion. So I don't
There's
know
a
the exact
finite
number.
amount? How does that work?
Yeah, there's a finite
I
amount
don't
being
understand these
mined.
things.
Yeah, but that's why bitcoins are worth money. It's very expensive to mine one. But I don't
Seems fucking
understand
retarded.
where the intrinsic value is behind it. Like gold, you can wear. Bitcoins, you have to have in a wallet stored
But
offline.
gold, you could buy gold stocks too. You can't wear that shit.
Yeah.
Those are you saying you shouldn't buy gold stocks? You only should buy material gold, Jay? Are you giving stock advice?
I
Should I
think
call the
no,
SEC?
no. Like you're saying though, like NLABGs, like the things you want to buy with Bitcoin, you want to buy, like whether you have
Oh
Bitcoin
yeah,
or not.
that's true. You only buy
So like,
Bitcoin with like sketchy ass shit.
yeah, there's certain stuff that you want to buy, and you're like, well, I can't get that with cash because that's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
The government sucks, and I'm not giving the bank all those transaction fees.
Yeah. Well, isn't that why? Yeah, that's why Bitcoin's not going anywhere. It's because
It's
the
because super big.
unless you get rid of a black market completely, which would be
Or
silly.
like,
We're always gonna sell hearts and organs, you know.
and like doctors
Elite.
and nurses and shit. Like a dentist here takes Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So like, yeah,
Yeah, a lot of
and
people
like
in
you said,
Toronto
it
do too.
stops
I remember
taxing
that one
income.
burrito place we went to was like, I accept bitcoins. But those people though are just fucking assholes. That's like it's like why the fuck would I give you a bitcoin for a burrito? That's
Yeah,
fucking like $50,000. What the fuck's wrong with
well,
you?
they're not a single Bitcoin.
Or well, I don't know. How much
There's
are they
probably
worth?
like a high exchange fee. You know, like when you go to the store and use a US dollar and they scam you the same way the bank does with fees?
Oh, okay,
There's
yeah.
probably a good transaction fee. But good people will not tack on those transaction fees. So if you're properly
Yeah,
bartering
but isn't the
with the US
bitcoins
dollar,
worth more? Worth way more? Weren't they in the past? Isn't that like being like
a little bit ago, yeah.
a little bit ago? It's not like that
Yeah, a
anymore.
lot of people that
Are they
use
less than
Bitcoin
the dollar now?
no, no. A lot of people that use Bitcoin to buy pizza though are like kicking themselves in the head now because it was like, yeah, I used Bitcoin back in the day to buy this.
Yeah.
But if you get the right apps, you can just use Bitcoin for any transaction too.
Oh yeah. Just
Yeah, just comes at a fee.
yeah. You got to get those zero interest transaction rates.
Yeah, exactly. I think you got to move to Mike Tyson's like currency and just buy and sell everything in like mushrooms and weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's like turned down a $25 million boxing match because he's busy selling weed and
Well,
doing mushrooms.
I kind of think we should make money, something that decomposes in a shorter period of time so that people keep spending it.
True.
You know what I mean?
Todd, you're
Like
supposed to
mushrooms and
choose
weed,
weed.
right?
How are you not a politician? Just like
Yeah,
mushrooms and weed. Yeah, exactly. There's a limited time on it.
you know,
Money needs to be a perishable good.
it should.
You want a good economy.
That way it keeps going. Well, I was thinking the other day, spending is good, right? We want spending. So why don't you just tell people if they don't spend all their money in a year, we're gonna take it. It's 100% taxes based on your income, right?
Yeah.
So if you spend 100% of your income, you get pay zero taxes.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
That's called owning a business.
That's called owning a business.
Yeah.
I guess that's how it works already.
Yeah. You just gotta Todd. You're too not rich.
Yeah, I'm just
You
poor.
just turn your life into a corporation.
I am a corporation. The Rap
Soon
Drugs.
enough.
I changed my name to the Rap Drugs. I'm Mr.
Nice.
Drugs
Yeah.
now.
Once you get the apprenticeship, that will be your life. The podcast apprenticeship.
Yeah, the podcast apprenticeship.
Yeah.
My apprenticeship at the AM radio station down the road, aka Crazy Fred.
Like he's got his own talent.
Yeah. Yeah, it's on top of his car. He drives around and talks about what's going on in town.
Of course. But oh man, speaking of crazy though, like back to Mike Tyson. Did you hear or see that Logan Paul episode? Like I would not watch Logan
The
Paul
one where he ate the
because I
handful of
hear
mushrooms?
Tim Dillon. Yeah, he ate 4 grams of
Yeah.
mushrooms supposedly during the interview, but he was saying that he would eat an ounce of mushrooms and go to the gym and train.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if he just had like them weak ass mushrooms that like people are like you need to take it.
Dude,
This much.
he wouldn't have ate that handful right after though if he was like that just proved he was dead serious. Did you see how many mushrooms he took? He fucking ate like a whole handful and he was like fine.
Nice. Yeah, that's crazy. I like a week or two ago I took like I don't know how much because I play scale.
It definitely wasn't even a
6
fraction of what he had.
Yeah, nothing near what he took. And or maybe yeah, my hand's not anywhere near as big. But
Yeah,
it
he also he could probably hold 2 ounces in the palm of his hand.
chew that much mushrooms up without throwing up. That's my
Oh man, that too. Fuck, I can't even taste them. They're gross. They make me vomit hard.
Yeah, exactly. So I lemon tech them, but yeah,
I lemon tech 'em.
when I did a bunch of mushrooms, like I can't do anything. Like I
Yeah.
don't know how I like even if someone drove me to the gym, like I would just be like tripping out underneath the bar. Like I guess if you're punching a bag, it's a little different.
I don't know, man. You got to just get into the zone. I bet if it's like your mindset. Also, you got to think like you're not Mike Tyson, man. Like Mike
Yeah, exactly.
Tyson,
I didn't
he
even
starts
talk to
running on
him
the
for like
treadmill
2
and
years.
he starts running on the treadmill and he's like, I'm gonna be the champ in a month. Like that's legit what happened to him. He was like, I was just running on a treadmill. Next thing you know, I'm setting up fights. Like,
Yeah, the best was you're talking about his 2 eps on Rogan.
yeah,
Yeah, the early one was sick.
yeah,
Just like, oh yeah, I love talking about his DMT trips and like.
yeah, man. Like that guy, if he took any drugs, he'd all of a sudden start working out. No doubt in my mind. That's just his brain's wired to work out and beat stuff up. Like,
Well, for a long time, yeah, so true. For a long time, he was smoking lots of weed, and doing mushrooms and DMT and all sorts of psychedelics, and he didn't even know. He didn't go to the gym at all. Is what he was saying.
oh yeah.
So, but you're right. Maybe he did some cocaine before he took the ounce of mushrooms, and that got him back into the gym. But yeah, we got to check out this Mike Tyson clip for sure.
Psilocybin.
He's tripping on mushrooms right now.
Yeah.
That's a mushroom voice if I ever heard it. Trying to corner the market.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, this guy's really pushing mushrooms hard. Danny Carcillo.
access this medicine outside of that. So it would be, it wouldn't be right for us to not also advocate for like decriminalized nature and getting people access to this.
At least he's realistic about that.
Sick. Yeah, man, I like how a lot of people are coming out and being like that now. They're like, I use it. It'd be wrong for me not to support it.
Yeah. Well, Mike Tyson for sure was high on mushrooms in that
Yeah.
clip. Like his voice
I don't
was
know,
so
man.
weird. Like he was tripping out doing a funny voice.
Who knows, man? Like, I don't know how much Mike Tyson podcast do you listen to. He always fucking talks like that.
He does sound like that a lot. He's taking mushrooms all the time. What are you talking about?
Yeah, probably. He's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
His podcast, he legit has a guy there that just like keeps the show on track. Like,
I forget his name, but he looks like he'd be in the movies if he wasn't doing the podcast.
yeah, yeah.
But
Right on.
I watch his podcast once in a while because he has a lot of. I'm a hardcore MMA fan. He's got those guys on, but sometimes he's just got interesting guests.
Oh yeah, he has good people on. I watch Bill Burr on there and stuff. Bill Burr was funny. He started like Bill Burr, I think, was talking about his drinking problems, like how when he started getting famous, he started getting more drinking problems, and right then, like Mike Tyson starts yawning, and he's like, "Yeah, that'll happen." And Bill started dying laughing. He was just, fuck, couldn't even handle it. It was like, oh man.
That is funny compared to because also Mike Tyson also had those same issues.
Yeah, I know. That's why he said it like so nonchalant. It was like, yeah, I've been there. That'll happen. It happens to people.
Like the most
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it was good. They cut it. They made it the cold intro or whatever. They made it the intro clip. Sick.
I swear, I don't remember if it was Joe Rogan or Mike Tyson, but I swear one of them was telling Bill Burr to take mushrooms too.
Oh yeah, he probably should.
Yeah.
He's always having anger management issues and stuff.
Yeah, I quit listening to Monday Morning Podcast. I don't know why, but he was saying on that one like that people were telling him he should take mushrooms too, and he's like, I don't know, I'm kind of scared.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't even smoke weed. He actually gets upset about how like he's like, if I drink fucking 5 beers, I'd be looked at way worse than someone who fucking smokes 5 bongs or whatever. He said something like that. Like he gets upset about how stigmatized alcohol is because he's a drinker. He's like, if I had 1 beer every day, I'm looked at as a fucking alcoholic. But if I come home and I'd smoke a joint every day, yeah.
I should be allowed to drink and drive. I know he's not that.
No, I think he's being fair. The way he talks, if you listen to him, he's being fair. He's like,
well, yeah, I don't think anyone should be sort of like criminalized.
But I think he also he's also like going through alcoholic issues and also trying to deal with his anger management. So it's like it's hard to like. He's doing a lot of shit. Fucking, he can say whatever he wants about people who smoke weed and shit. If he doesn't want to do that shit, that's up to him, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. But
Billy.
All I think is like, unless you're disorderly or like, there should be another crime they can get you for, other than drunk in public.
Oh yeah.
Like you should just be like loitering, maybe.
Yeah,
like
that's a stupid law.
Drunk in public's a stupid thing.
Yeah, it is. It's like, what the fuck? I can't get drunk and then go buy some taquitos?
Unless, yeah, exactly. Because like, unless it's somehow like better to get that ticket than the other ones.
Yeah.
But I think it would be crazy to fuck with someone who's high in public. But Bill Burr, like, don't people do all kinds of different drugs?
Yeah.
Like,
I think his point was just like it's like stigmatized way more. Being regularly drinking alcohol.
Beers in secret, then? Like cocaine.
That's fucking ignorant. Just an ignorant thing to say. Why are you trying to force people to be closet drinkers, Jay? You're a douchebag. Yeah.
Like, why don't you just shut up and do what you want, like the rest of us?
Yeah, I guess, eh?
Like, he's just complaining because he's in California, like us in Canada now, where weed is basically legal.
Oh, yeah.
Like I was driving home from a burrito spot the other day, and some guy behind me was just blatantly smoking a joint in his car
Yeah.
in Toronto. Like,
Yeah.
which I'm like, fair enough. Like I do the same thing, but like you gotta think like there's, I don't know. What if you got pulled over?
What
That's
if?
a lot of shit.
Would you?
Yeah,
Don't get pulled over.
that's true. Eat the joint.
Who the fuck? Who gets pulled over? I've been pulled over like a couple times. You know what happens? They fuck off. They leave. I'd be like, hey, you can't get nothing. And then they leave.
What's the matter with you? And then
Yeah.
walk away.
No, I'm just
trying to get somewhere.
No, I'm just kidding. That'll get you in trouble. What I actually do is I go, I'm sorry, officer. I didn't mean to. Massa.
Sorry, sir. I actually have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm just late.
I just start licking his feet.
Yeah.
You just start acting crazy. Tell him you have to shit yourself. I just shit myself.
Yeah, nice.
They don't know what to say. They just get all confused.
I just like, oh man, I really got to use the bathroom right now and piss my pants.
What does that have to do with all the weed in your car, sir? Everything, officer.
This is legal weed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, anyways, how long have we been running here? Should we turn this down or we got another story? Oh, what are you fucking hating on cops for now, Jay? What the fuck's this about? Cop hater. Do you not watch Officer Donut? #1 YouTube channel?
No. 120 million subscribers? More than PewDiePie?
Oh yeah. No, he probably doesn't have that many at all. He's an ex-cop, pro cop though. I watch his videos sometimes. They're pretty funny. He shows videos of like stupid people getting arrested usually. Like and cops coming in and saving people or whatever. I don't know. Just like yeah, he's got some controversial things to say though. Like he always covers like the big ones and like he'll have like the opposite opinion usually. You know, of like typical Black Lives Matter or like the general public. I'm being awfully vague. I watch Officer Donut sometimes. I like to force myself to watch opposite opinions, and he's really the only guy that I think is like pro officer that I've seen at least. That I enjoy watching his videos. Joe Rogan, is he?
Yeah, he's had some guests on that are too. He believes they need more training.
I don't know where I kind of used to like say that, and then I was like, "What the fuck am I? I don't even know. I don't know. What do I know about police training? Train them to do what? What are you gonna train them to do? Like, what training? What specifically do you want them to learn? That's gonna make them, yeah. Like, what the fuck are you? They need to be trained. You know what I think the problem is? This is my opinion. Is we need to start looking at officers as it's like, it's the community before the officer. That's what I think the problem is. Okay, until being a police officer is a more dangerous than like fucking regular jobs. Like, what the fuck are you guys so scared of? Go work. That's my honest opinion. We should pay them more. They should get paid more. They should get better benefits, and they should be held at a higher accountability. And they basically just shouldn't, like, you almost shouldn't fucking shoot anyone. Like, even if you're being shot at, like, that seems to be a controversial opinion, but I'm like, I don't know the exact situation, but I think, yeah, really, there you go, that's it. You know, it's like unless there are other people in imminent danger.
Yeah, exactly.
That's, you know what I mean? And also, like here at PEI, there's a guy I've heard multiple stories about like this, but there's a guy who got all drunk, got his gun out, was fucking firing off. People called the police. His house was completely surrounded, and he was firing at the cops. They didn't kill him. He just ran out of ammunition. It's like, one thing people don't realize is the majority of people with a gun, like, don't know how to fire it and aren't gonna hit anything. It's just, it's usually like a fucking a freak accident. Like how many times do you think you hear about the shootings where no one gets shot? You know,
Often.
often do you?
I'm
You
kidding.
really think so? Like that's my.
Usually, but yeah, even in mass shootings, it's like 23 people injured, 2
I,
died.
yeah, like unless
that's
a guy
crazy.
sets up with a fucking sniper and is like taking people out or something, like I just think there's such a small number of places where you actually need to violently take someone down. Even and then tasing people too. Like I just feel like the whole point should be like this person, whoever they are, after this interaction, I want them to like trust police officers even more. Even if they were actively trying to like be violent with them. You know, it's like we're fighting a war of ideas. We're trying to convince people that it's us together, not us versus them. You know what I mean? Like that's I think the problem is like it's like the police and the government are one thing and the fuck it's like no, the police should be people from your community that sign up to help protect the community. And even when like someone who's unwell who's grown up with difficult situations or is mentally unwell and they go off and they make bad decisions, do something insane, you don't fucking shoot them in the face. You fucking or anywhere. You should just you gotta be like trying to get people find ways to get people to make better decisions in the future rather than punish them for the decisions they made in the present.
Yeah, if only.
That's my that's my yeah, I know. I say these things. That's my opinion. I feel like it's I feel like it's a fucking easy thing to do. It's more of I think it's more of a mentality thing. It's like it's a policy issue. You need better policies by the police stations and better people willing to enforce those policies.
Yeah, I also think like people get scared and they have a gun, and that's easier than being scared.
Which is like,
For
yeah.
a lot of people.
Well, I like how it is in Britain where they don't have guns. They have fucking Billy Bats.
Yeah, like I don't know understand why there's guns in Canada on all officers. Like it's not like the states where like I don't know, but I guess handguns are were still legal. But aren't they also in Britain if you have a safety thing? But my thing is about
I don't know.
shooting though. Like there's no way you can become good at like shooting in a gun range.
Yeah.
Like unless you're at a gun range where there's no one like telling you like, hey, don't shoot like that or shoot while moving and running around.
You mean someone training
Like
you?
yeah, like you can't be like Goldeneye
Yeah.
and like just start ripping on people with a handgun. Like, cause you'd have to be able to like do this every time if you were like practicing at a gun range. And if you weren't at a gun range, like that's a whole nother story. Like you have to be somewhere sketchy in order not to get the police called on you.
Yeah.
Oh, Eric saying what up, Toad?
What up, bro? Eric who?
Eric James.
Oh. What's up, boy?
Nice. But yeah, I would think the mass shootings are the scary part of the U.S. and that's why the police need guns.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe that's like gun advocates going.
Yeah, but how are these fucking are these gun massacres being stopped by armed police officers? Is that what's happening? Is are is that really?
Take them out sometimes.
Yeah, after they shoot a whole bunch of people, and it's like, I don't know.
See,
That's why. But like, how? Why?
you don't need everyone with a gun.
Yeah, that's my point. It's like it's not. It wasn't the cop who was like, who showed the first. It wasn't the first responding cop who showed up and fucking. He was just by himself and he just took out the sniper with his handgun. No, it was like they called 6 officers and they secured the scene and shit. It's like why you, fuck. I don't know. I don't think that. And I think when you talk about gun massacres specifically, like this is like a this is I think is a part of a wide ranging issue that connects with like fucking yeah, drug overdoses. Like I think the increase in drug use and drug overdoses is also connected with this mass shooting thing. Like this is all part of like this weird new phenomenon where we're entering a new phase of society where we have access to like more stuff than ever before. Like I don't know. It doesn't appear to me like a like it's like a we need to increase the police type of issue. Like this is like I we focus too much on like trying to find ways to protect ourselves from danger instead of preventing danger from happening in the first place. Which is like, it's not like these things, people generally don't even talk about what is creating these issues. I feel like in a legitimate way.
Like you were saying before about the injection sites, even, or like the services that help people who are drug addicts. Like that's the first funding to get cut when the budget
Yeah.
needs to be
Oh,
trimmed.
100%.
Yeah, of course,
Which
somebody who's self-medicating then doesn't get their schizophrenia meds and has easy access to a handgun, which
Yeah.
isn't the case in a lot of these things, but there is different mental health issues a lot. Like that's just example that is easy to connect with. Like
Yeah.
if someone was schizophrenic and had a gun, of course they're gonna start shooting people if they didn't take their medication.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta think, what are other mental health disorders doing to people?
Yeah. Well,
Among socioeconomic situations as well, where it's like, okay, I can buy a car or a gun, and a gun's gonna help me rob people and protect me selling drugs, and I'm gonna make it way more money than if I buy a car and then deliver pizzas.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah. But that's organized crime. Like, is that really? Those guys aren't going out there and committing mass murders, unless it's like to other criminals.
Right. But I'm saying that's another reason for the police to have guns.
Is criminals? Is
Organized-
organized gangs? Which that's an easy solution right there. You just legalize drugs. That's all the funding.
I think we found in Canada though, even if you legalize drugs, there's still gonna be a black market.
Yeah, but they only legalized weed and they made it. They did it wrong.
Yeah.
They did it. It's not too expensive. It's just I should be able to grow it and sell it.
Even
Like
even liquor, there's bootleggers.
that's also what here in Canada because of the fucking laws, because of the exact same laws that are creating the black market for the weed. We have a beer monopoly. That's the fucking problem.
Like cigarettes, even there's a
Yeah.
illegal
Oh
cigarettes in
yeah.
Canada even, which is crazy. But like you would think, why is there not this with like gasoline? Like, because it's so hard to.
You don't
refine
think
and
there
process.
is?
Oh,
You
for sure. Where the
you
gas
don't.
is refined and processed, you could get illegal gas.
Well, you don't even need to refine and process it. You just fucking run tax scams. I was watching.
Yeah, it's true.
You ever see that guy? You should watch this doc. There's a look up.
Oh yeah, peace out, Chris and Eric.
Watch out. See, peace out, guys. Watch this doc on the most profitable mafia member, or the fuck, I forgot how they phrased it. He was like he made the most money and didn't get killed. But that was his scam, was gas stations. He somehow was able to like not pay taxes on gas. And so he started selling gasoline to all these different gas stations. And then he would just like buy gas stations. And he started setting the prices like he just tell all the gas stations that didn't buy gas from him, they were like, you're not allowed to sell more than this. If you do, we're going to keep jacking our price up or down so low that you won't be able to afford it because we're getting gas cheaper than you.
Nice. Yeah.
Man,
Well,
there's a black market for everything.
Canada's in Toronto.
What's that?
But yeah, they're like in Toronto, Petro-Canadas were all price fixing gas.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, this is the price for the day.
Yeah.
Across Toronto.
So there you go.
But
You are having these issues.
You're right about the. I've got to find the right people so I can get my gas cheaper.
Yeah. That's your real issue.
And like, yeah, why am I spending so much on like herbs and spices when I could be buying them straight from the store?
When you can pick them directly out of the ground.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah.
That's my problem. Like,
Yeah, man. I don't know. I guess you're never gonna get rid of organized crime because yeah, I do believe there's a black market for every single fucking thing.
But does it all need to be? Are guns needed in all of it?
Are guns needed in all of it? No. Maybe.
Maybe
Probably.
I don't think so. Like selling cigarettes. Like,
Yeah. Well, I feel like the guns.
the police, if they come bust you, like no one's coming to.
Well,
illegal cigarettes.
the one thing that like kind of goes against all that is like the Sicilian mafia. Like the mafia, they came up on protection rackets.
Nice.
You know, like that was what their whole territory was all about. Was like, I own this area, all the stores here, they pay me money. Yeah, we'll fuck you up if you start fucking with my stores. You know, it's like, and yeah. So I don't know. There are ways for these guys to see that though. I think came as a result of like the government not uh being responsible, like for or not taking care of the people. Like if you look at a lot of these cartel guys, the cartel guys,
New York
yeah. What's that?
not having enough police in New York.
Yeah, exactly. That's the kind of shit that'll lead to that stuff. Like the
The cartels. Yeah.
the cartels, if you look at them, they were always about like protecting the people. That's how they start off. They go like, we're here to protect everyone, so don't sell us out to police. And like then they keep their neighborhood safe, their specific neighborhood safe, and they start selling drugs into the other areas though, as long as it's not their people. And then that's what's problems. It's like cartels build up in those areas, and then these organizations go bloodthirsty and get too much money. But
Well, yeah, that's the thing. They all get too
I-
big. It's
I-
like when the banks get too big.
yeah.
They fuck up the economy.
Yeah, the small bank was good. It took care of people, but then it got too big. Got too big to fail. Yeah, it's all profit now. And I do think though that you only get that with the drug industry probably. Cuz like there's no amount of money in any of these other things. Like usually drugs is where the profit's at. Like these guys, that's where you get these fucking millionaire, billionaire fucking criminals. Like I feel like the old school criminals were more of just like they were like these cult like organizations. Like the mafia was like a family that was anti-government. Like they're like waging a war against the government.
But we're gonna bring counterfeiting back from China. I think.
What do you mean?
We need to be counterfeiting here in Canada.
What, American products?
Yeah, we're creating fakes of everything.
Why would we do that?
Chinese products.
We don't have the manpower they have, man.
Yeah, but we'll use our smarts and our resources.
We have that.
And we'll save money on shipping.
Man, the Canadian economy
Stuff
is
that would be too expensive to ship.
yeah.
Out of resources found here in Canada.
Yeah. Well, it would be nice to have anything made in Canada at all, eh?
We just need to find slaves too. There's human traffic or something. Labor Day.
Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah.
Human traffic from people in Indonesia.
Or like, what is it? Residents? Like
What do you mean residents?
we'll have like those people that can come but they're not allowed to become Canadians. Do our work for us.
Oh, you mean Mexicans?
It's like a migrant workers. That's what they're called.
Oh yeah, migrant workers.
Yeah, we'll bring a bunch of those in.
Mexicans.
That we'll let them illegally escape, and we'll be like, we don't know what happened. We don't have enough money. We'll be like, hey, we'll take all of your money you're supposed to make for this.
Yeah.
And you can just leave. No one will say anything.
I think we should force all immigrants to live on only Native American land so that we can continue this prosperity. I think that's the problem is we stop stealing their land. We need to go back to that, get back to the genocide. Their populations are jumping again. With global warming, all that cold land that we said that they could have, it's starting to get into nicer land year by year. We need to start fucking moving north, man. Stealing that Inuit shit.
We'll just, for the Kamloops school shooting, we'll give them BC for all of the other land they have. We'll just
Yeah.
trade off.
BC? Yeah, we don't want BC anyways. Fuck them.
Like,
Bunch of
you guys
green
get
tree huggers.
Kamloops, and we get the rest of the country.
What's Kamloops? I don't even know.
Oh man, you never heard about that crazy story?
Was it
I
recent?
guess 215,000. No, not kidding. 215 kids. So a lot. Period. Were found there, like their bodies.
What do you mean
Like,
found?
school.
Oh.
Like,
Oh yeah, I did hear about that.
Missing kids. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did hear about that. That's not cool.
But yeah.
It's not cool at
Yeah,
all.
exactly. It's not cool. Remind people residential schools exist. And
Yeah.
Ryerson, they're like saying like you guys got to change the name because this Ryerson guy, he's responsible for residential schools.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Ah, whatever. He might have did something else cool though.
And
You know?
Yeah. And also like University of Toronto and York University are also taken. So like, what are they supposed to change their name to?
Yeah. University of Universities. University of Canada. Ooh.
Oh, nice. Now you're thinking.
That's good, Dave.
If it's not taken, that's smart.
Yeah, it'd be the move. Then you get all the
But then
immigrant.
get people.
You get all the immigrants, and you
Yeah,
can start your
exactly. You get,
residential
like,
school back up. Is it
Nice.
is it Ryerson a scam anyways? I heard they like
It's like the
you get
only
fake
school you
diplomas.
Well, no. Well, maybe. But
Well, like it's like a real diploma, but it doesn't do anything.
for a school, you can just join and
Oh, whoops. Sorry.
for the school you can just join and like if you write them a letter, they'll let you in. Supposedly. So it's like an easy school. But yeah, like half of their school is in a mall. Like it's kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I've not heard good things about them.
Yeah, you guys need to start worrying about more shit than just what the name of your school is.
Yeah, I don't know what all this naming fucking who cares about names? Why don't we I want to see results, actual tangible results and numbers. Like fuck off.
Where you're at, Todd, they took away John A. McDonald.
Well, what do you mean they took him away?
Yeah, I guess they got rid of that statue on the island.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, there was a huge uproar and we all cared a lot.
Yeah. I don't know when it happened.
Isn't he the founding father?
I don't know what he is. Some guy to do with residential schools also.
Who was the first prime minister?
Let's see what John A. McDonald was.
Was-
Former prime minister.
Was he not the first one?
1815. Yeah, he was the first.
Yeah, he was our founding father, man. Guy was a raging alcoholic and a hardcore racist, but he's the reason we have a country. So I don't know. What are you gonna rip his statue down for?
Yeah, he was born in what's it called? Scotland. Education, apprenticeship, profession, politician, lawyer. Imagine back in the day when all you had to do to become a lawyer was be an apprentice.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the point? Like, whoever invented universities, that must be like an organized crime thing.
Yeah, man.
Like, it was invented in the last, like, 200 years or so, right? Like, there's a lot that.
No, I think they're a lot older than
came
that.
around and, like,
There's European ones that are a lot older than that. It's just generally they were like
America.
they were just places that people went to like talk about learning and stuff. Like before universities, it was just like a smart guy who like stood in a park and like would you'd pay him to tutor your kids. You know, like that was like the Greek guys, the old Socrates and stuff. I'm pretty sure they used to just tutor rich people kids. That's how they made money.
Oh, sick.
And
So it
then
was, like,
that was
just,
before.
like, made their kid better
Yeah,
than other kids.
yeah, and then like that was I think that's what led to universities. Eventually, there was a bunch of them, and they were like, well, we'll just organize, and then we'll just get all the rich people's kids to pay all of us collectively. You know, it's kind of like a
More
yeah,
people prosper.
yeah. I think there's like some really old ones, like 1600s, 1700s universities back in the day.
Oh, there's gotta be. Maybe I
But
can search up oldest university. But yeah, what?
I don't know. I've read before that the modern school system is based on the old Prussian one. It was based on the old Prussian school system that was invented to prepare people for war because the Prussian king found that all his soldiers were pussies. He when he ordered them to charge, they like ran away almost immediately. So he found that this was an extremely effective way to prepare people for the obedience and of war. Do what you're told, bitch.
That's crazy. Supposedly the first university ever is from 1088
Oh yeah.
in Italy.
Italy? Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then University of Oxford. I don't know if they don't know where it's established, when it was established exactly, but sometime between 1096 and 1167. So, like you're saying, like must have been getting educations for some point, and they're like, "Yeah, I guess we've been a university all along."
Yeah. That's exactly yeah, that's how I've figured it kind of came.
And then Spain, 1130, the University of Salamanca, and then University of Paris, 1160 to 1250. Again, they don't know. University of Cambridge, 1209. Another Italian one, 1222. Another Italian one, 1224.
Fucking Italians.
Another Italian one, 1240. Portugal, University of Coimbra, 1290. And then Al Azhar University. Oh, this one. they think is even older. Egypt, 970 after death.
Oh
Despite
yeah.
retaining university status until 1961, Al Azhar University deserves mention in the list as it was originally established as early as 970 in Cairo, Egypt.
Cairo.
Originally
Oh,
yeah,
I would think.
originally a madrasa teaching students from primary to tertiary level, Al Azhar University was known as a center of Islamic learning, but has since developed a modern curriculum of secular subjects, ensuring its survival.
Yeah. Yeah, well around that time, like the 1060 and stuff, like Muslims were, I think, they were either already like the leading science areas or they were working their way towards it. Like for a while during like the Middle Ages, the Arabs had the lead on science and shit. They were doing the maths and stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh yeah.
But
Egypt. I think Egypt was like one of the top science places for a long time too. Like ever since
yeah,
Alexander invaded and built the city of Alexandria, like that was always like a famous uh place for intelligent people to go study and stuff.
nuts. So this must be like Western universities or ones that are still open. I don't know. But it says like through its time, like you're saying about Egypt, the school has been through much political instability, most notably in the 12th century when a new dynasty took power and destroyed over 100,000 texts.
Oh yeah.
So like you got to think that was the thing they did back in the day, the same way they do now, where they like bomb certain sites. Like
Yeah.
they were even more ruthless back in the day and would just destroy everything.
Oh yeah,
They're
man.
like, we
Destroy
are
a culture.
the future.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Write our own books. That's the
like
worst
Native
thing about
Like what they
history.
did to Native Americans. Yeah,
Yeah.
like what they're doing to the Uyghur Muslims.
Yeah. Palestinians.
Yeah, exactly. But
Bomb the hospital, bomb the school, and then bomb and then bomb the funeral.
nice. And somehow they missed. Yeah, bomb the funeral. Crazy. Somehow they missed the old. There's an even older university in Africa from 859. The Africa's University of Al Qarawiyyin, located in Morocco.
Oh yeah.
And then somehow Harvard was established in the U.S. in 1636. So, so before the U.S. was a country.
When it was British colony, you fucking moron. What's wrong with you?
Nuts.
What do you think? What do you think?
What was it? Just like Britain overseas? Like I
Are
don't
you an
understand.
idiot?
What wouldn't they have called it something?
Yeah, the
What
13
was it always
colonies.
called before you called it
The 13 colonies. What the fuck are you?
New England?
I they might have called it New England. No, I'm pretty sure they just called it the 13 colonies. I think New England was just like the Maine area, like
What they called it
around
after.
Maine. No, I think it was just like one section of yeah. But yeah, it was the 13 colonies. They had a flag with like 13 stars on it and shit.
Nice. And
And
did
it
the
looked like
Scottish
the
American Nova Scotia and shit?
I guess so. I don't fucking know.
A bunch of the
No,
Canadians.
I think we
There was like French and Scottish and English all trying to take over
yeah.
North America.
Yeah, well they were just the closest ones. Portugal and Spain were already working on South America. Like
Yeah.
by the time they were coming to North
Before they
America,
would've went on.
well, it's just like
I guess the Indians
it's
kind of protected that
I
area.
I think it's the way the currents go cuz the currents run from North America to Britain, whereas they'll run from like Western Africa over to the Caribbean. So like
Yeah,
the Portuguese and the Spanish, they have like these places called the Azores Islands. They're like west of Morocco, and I think they would come down and they were trying to get around Africa, and then they went out west and like hit Brazil area, and then the Caribbean islands. You know, so like that's why that whole region was kind of first established, and then fucking yeah, I don't know.
but
It was
yeah,
just like yeah.
like all the Americas is a big mishmash of a bunch of different cultures. But like you're saying, for sure, Portugal and Spaniards got to South America, but somehow they left like the Caribbean for like mostly like they got there, but they're like, ah, fuck, we'll just let those British folks take over.
Yeah, yeah,
Even
they
African people, I don't know if I'm pretty sure people. There's a theory that African people got to even North America.
So I believe that that's 100% what's going on, or what happened. I no doubt in my mind that I think forever people of like West Africa and shit have been going over there. There's stories of like a usually I think it's a one-way trip though. Like they didn't come back.
Yeah, no.
They just kind of went. But
Ladies go.
there
And
there was one.
sons, and they have sons with the ladies, and
Yeah,
maybe have more ladies sent later.
yeah.
You
Well,
make a pact with a bunch of like your village that like you're gonna go with a few ladies, you're gonna have sons because you're like the village star,
yeah,
and then they're gonna send more ladies.
more
Have
ladies.
sex with my sons because I'm that good.
Oh yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like a cult, like an
Or
cult.
or they could just like hang out with the Native Americans.
Yeah, yeah. They and then they just like take over like a cool spot like Florida,
but yeah,
like a swamp. That
there-
no Native Americans are like, yeah, you guys can have the swamp. We'll take all the buffalo animals.
there was one guy on Joe Rogan I was watching, some black guy. I don't know who he was or what he does, but he was talking about like he vehemently believes and like cuz he talked about all these different black historians that that the people that Americans didn't even really bring over the black people to the United States at all for slavery. Like they brought over a small amount of them. Like like I think the idea, like if you look up the number, it's not that many that they say were brought over. It was like I think the idea is they brought over these people and then like they like just the population grew, right? After they got to the United States, but this guy argues he's like, why would you bring a fucking why would you bring a cow to a cow barn? You know, it's like there were already Native Americans here. Why would you bring a bunch of Africans over? Why wouldn't you just enslave the Native Americans that live there? But
Native Americans are savages.
yeah, well, the only thing I would push back against with that is like that might be just a lack of understanding of the slave trade back then. Like there's a long history of slave trading all across Eastern Europe, the Middle East, North Africa, and Sub-Sahara, and like and Eastern Africa. Like these people, their job for generations was capturing people and selling them. You know,
Exactly.
like
I think that's the
there was none of that in
No,
North
there was-
America.
Exactly. There was no people that did that coming to the New America to start.
Yeah,
And the other thing is there was no resources nearby
yeah,
to go back. Like you can just go to Spain and back. Like,
yeah,
That's easy to do. Like, but you can't like go to North America and grab a bunch of Native Americans and be like, well, I hope like they're not. They're probably they have built up their own civilization over time, if not brought it over from Mongolia and China.
yeah,
Some people think with the land bridge and stuff, or different Asian places. But I think like they clearly had a culture that was superior to, like you're saying, these other places that the slave trafficking races tapped into and like stopped from advancing.
yeah,
But
yeah.
you gotta think.
Yeah, for sure. But I definitely believe that a bunch of black people made it over. There's stories of like a king and stuff who said he was sailing west and he brought a whole bunch of people and never came back and shit. And it's like obviously he made it. And then there's also you ever hear about them found cocaine?
Wouldn't they be well established like the Native Americans? Like,
What do you mean?
I'm just confused why
Well,
this guy thinks Native Americans were genocided instead of put to slaves. Like,
I think what his
explanation for that part.
I think his whole thing was just like it's been kind of like erased from history. Like it was just like we don't want these fucking slaves thinking that they actually run America. You know what I mean? They have tribes there. Like if you erase their tribal affiliations and make them think they're different than the people that live there. You know what I mean? I think that was the idea that he had, maybe or whatever. I don't know.
My question still is, why did they choose to genocide the Native Americans then?
What do you mean? Why choose to genocide
They
them?
just have like double as many slaves? Like,
Well, I don't know. Did they not? Did they not enslave Native Americans?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't know.
Maybe they did, but I don't think so.
Maybe here's the thing. Here's one
I
thing.
also think
You could
it's a property rights thing, but it is like, why would you not bring a bunch of slaves over, like when you first come to
yeah,
U.S.? Like that's probably what was happening,
yeah,
and why not a lockup brought directly here?
yeah. Well, I think it was also just like it was part of just the trade route. Like there was just
Yeah.
trade running around Africa up to Europe, and some of them would head west instead of north, and then before they went to Europe, you know what I mean? And fucking. But here's another thing though you got to think about. It's like if you have a native population that like knows the area, is grown up there for generations, then you enslave them. Like they're not gonna all of a sudden, like their parents, even as slaves, are gonna teach their children like their culture and stuff. Whereas if you take those people, you bring them to a whole nother continent, they don't know how to survive there. They're not used to that, and and you're not giving them the ability to learn how to survive there if you're enslaving them, right? So you want to genocide the people where they live, so that when they're gone, you're now the native population. You know, that's I think like a European idea that is so European to the core. Like if you look at history in other places of the world, like ethno linguistic nations don't pop up like they do in Europe. Like Europe's always been about like our tribe is gonna fucking wipe your tribe out by just like killing them, and like that's our land now. We also own this fucking. Where if you look at like Central Asia, every population that has moved to like Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, they're still there. They just became like a specific part of the economy. Like Russians are really good at like running the cotton fields, and like Uzbeks are good at running the herds. You know, it's like, and the Persian speaking people are good at running the bureaucracy. So like it, and if you look at like India is like they're not just Indian. There's like Hindis, there's Punjabis, there's Sindhis. You know what I mean? Like this ethno-linguistic idea is such like a weird European thing, like this like genocidal fucking mentality.
Kill the culture.
Yeah, kill the culture and the identity and the genome. I Brett Weinstein has an interesting thought. He talks about it when he talks about Hitler occasionally, about how like it might be on like a biological level. Like if you look at like germs, that mentality is also the mentality of like a germ. When certain germs like start to propagate, like and then like there's other germs there. Yeah, they'll if there's a limited resource, they'll just fucking kill the other germs or start eating them, cannibalizing them. You know,
Yeah.
and that like we almost do that as like a people. Once there's limited resources, the larger group tries to take out the smaller group.
Oh yeah, that's the only thing that keeps us civilized is that there's enough to go around.
Yeah, yeah, prosperity. Prosperity produces civility.
Yeah.
Degradation brings
Luckily,
destruction.
we didn't have to grow up. I mean, it probably sucks to be not white nowadays too, from what I hear.
Yeah, I wouldn't know, so I don't care.
But but yeah, I couldn't imagine back in the day, like hundreds of years ago, even being any person.
Yeah, man.
It would be a struggle unless you're like a rich person
I guess.
or a king.
I guess like we think that now, but that's only because that's also a privileged.
If you were forced into civilization.
That's also a privileged thought. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Because it's
And I
like
think, like,
those people
tribalism
didn't
would
know
be the
any
best.
better. Well,
Yeah.
I think any of those things would be better if that's what you grew up knowing.
That's true too. Like the
Like-
king would actually give you stuff, and
Like you used
like,
to.
if you're gonna
Pes-
die, he wouldn't want his people to
Pe-
die. He's way more proud
Yeah.
of the government. The
Pe-
government's like,
That's true.
"Hey,
True. Yeah.
The king's like, I need to keep my people happy.
Yeah. Exactly. Or they'll
We're
kill
in a
me.
mutiny."
Yeah.
Exactly. Just like a tribe leader would be.
That's
"Hey, I'm
actually
having sex with all the girls. How do I keep the guys happy?" Well, cult leader. So did I say tribe leader?
that's also I think it's Plato, one of the Greek philosophers. I think it was Plato. He had this whole thing on like democracy and monarchies and stuff, and he said monarchies were way more pure because of that specific reason. He's like democracies actually don't end up caring about their people.
That's why England works so well,
Because of the monarchy. Yeah.
yeah, the monarchy didn't care about the people also.
Yeah.
Like, look, we'll send you down to Brighton and we'll push you off a cliff. Or somewhere else. But yeah, Wales. That's it. That's it. They'll just send you to Wales or Scotland and like fend for yourself.
Australia, man. That was the place where they sent you.
Australia.
The
Yeah,
other side of the world.
that's literally.
The middle of nowhere.
Really pissed them off. They're sending you to Australia
Yeah.
or U.S. Virgin Islands. No wait, that's U.S.
Oh yeah.
British Virgin Islands. Sorry.
Oh yeah. There's same thing, I guess. I don't know. Or if you really fucking piss them off, they send you those ones in the Indian Ocean. What do you call those? The ones in the deep south, right in the center, like way south of India. You know, in the middle of nowhere. There's like a patch of British islands. No, I forget the name of them.
There's all kinds of different shit.
Those are the sketchy ones though, where they fucking did a bunch of nuclear tests and shit.
The Solo Islands.
Yeah.
That's probably where the aliens hang out.
Oh yeah, man. They coming out of the water. That's what Jeremy Corbyn said. We didn't see where they came from unless it's out of the water.
That'd be sick. Imagine there isn't any fucking aliens, but there's just fucking people that live in the water.
Yeah, just a long time ago.
There's nothing else in space that can travel here. Like we do know the best physics,
Yeah.
but we just don't understand water enough.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's actually people that live down Marianas Trench. They built six spacecrafts.
Yeah, they like live in caves on the side of it.
Oh yeah.
The caves go up and then it's just like air.
Oh okay.
Get
Oh.
air up. They're
Oh.
actually human beings. They just got trapped there somehow.
They got lost in the caves. Stayed down there.
Yeah, exactly. And then like they just cut off ties to civilization. It's like probably happened recently, like it's the 80s or something.
Yeah.
There's like scientists and stuff. It's like if Antarctica became its own country, like the smartest people would be there.
Yeah, yeah. So true.
It's probably create a better civilization than a bunch of British people way back in the day. A bunch of Chinese that also just killed off each other until it was like, yeah, either you're my son or we kill you. But what do I know?
Yeah, who knows? I'm not a genocidal maniac. Can't fool me, Dick Cheney.
Yeah. Elon Musk is though. That's why he's trying to go to Mars.
Oh yeah, man. That's so he can nuke the Earth.
There's aliens on Mars.
Yeah, that's why he wants to go there. He's heard about the aliens. He's setting up a fucking private army. We're gonna do experiments to figure out exactly the most inhumane way to kill them. Yeah.
Then we're gonna go there. I think it's the best way to terraform it, right?
That's what he said, isn't it?
Yeah. So first we send a nuke there, then we're gonna terraform it. That's fucking the best. That's genius, man.
Nuke the poles.
Imagine if there was nukes back in the day, and they're just like, you just nuke North America, then you show up in like 50 years.
Yeah. We'll just nuke the whole world.
That, right?
Yeah. If nukes were invented outside of world wars, oh yeah. And America knew they were the only ones that had it, oh, they'd fucking would have just dropped it everywhere. They would have just started, with yeah.
So like, first we'll get rid of this drug.
Just carpet bomb Mexico all the way down through Argentina. You just fucking. We'll just move there over the next 50 years. It'll be nice.
Exactly. Just wait till the radiation's done and you're good.
Oh yeah, man. Man, they still haven't moved back to Chernobyl.
And you'll also deal with the yeah, that's true. How long's that been though? That hasn't been 50 years.
Has it not?
I don't know.
Has it been 70 or 80? I think some people do live there, but it's like low level radiation.
Yeah, that's probably not too dangerous. But look, there's people that live in like Nagasaki and stuff, right? Like they live where the nukes went off.
Yeah, but Japan's crazy, man.
That's not even 50 years.
Those are people committing sake or whatever. Yeah. What's that called? I don't know. Just honorful suicide.
Oh, nice.
When they stab yourself with the sword.
Kamikazes,
Yeah, that's it. No, isn't that what that's a plane. Sorry, okay, go ahead.
side, there's always a kamikaze.
Uh,
But yeah, I think you could get you could do it, and plus it would solve the sea level problem, like because if you blew like up a bunch of islands, like
Okay.
now there's like probably like some bowls and like maybe you
Oh,
blow up
more
some
volume.
land, so like water can go in. Yeah, exactly. You increase the volume. You just get it deeper.
Yeah.
Shoot some nukes into the ocean. That's what they should do.
I was reading about this plan that the U.S. actually had back post World War II. They wanted to build a new Suez Canal. Their plan was to just drop a bunch of nukes along the fucking blow a giant crevice through it.
Nice.
They obviously decided against it.
Well, they should have, because like that boat got stuck.
Yeah, I know. We wouldn't have had these problems.
Yeah. But maybe they'll do that and have like a like southern passage from Mexico, like so like you can travel from Florida to California by boat.
Oh, why would you want to go through Mexico though? Fuck that.
No, like they're gonna have a canal that's like American controlled.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like the Panama Canal.
Yeah, exactly. Except they're gonna like make that better.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Surprised they already don't. Surprised they don't have canals that cross America. I think they would.
Secret.
They're secret canals, underground.
Yeah. Submarines only.
Oh.
They just run a transport truck from like probably one port to the other.
Yeah.
That's America, founded on an automobile.
All right, we gotta wrap this up, Jake.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Been going long.
Yeah.
Almost 2 hours. Shit.
Yeah, it's been crazy. Well, I was ready earlier, and then we got on time, and then it was good conversation after that. It's time to roll out, playing the outro.
Yeah. Peace out, homies. Follow us on IG, YouTube, and
I thought we was cool, but you want me to
comment,
die,
comment,
homie.
Fuck y'all.
Yeah. Thanks for all the support. There's a lot of people here today.